Let's get real. Welcome to James Unscripted. Here, we talk about anything and everything about life.
Here's a woman right here that really breaking stuff down of young Trump supporters who voted for Donald Trump. Now they figure they've been scammed. They done just figured it out. They've been scammed. And they see the Trump and the Republican Party policies is not for American people. I want her to explain it. I don't want to be long on this, but I want her to explain it.
Red and now you're broke, mad, and confused. So let's talk about it. The young people who voted for Trump and the Republican movement, they are already regretting their vote. And I'm not even going to pretend to be surprised because I knew it would happen. And y'all got to understand, it's because this is always the play. See, a lot of young people didn't have the tools to really critically think about the impacts of what Trump's policies would have on their lives. And you know why? Because the American education system was never built for you to think critically. It was built to keep you just smart enough to pass a test, but not smart enough to question power. So when the propaganda machine started pumping, most of y'all didn't even know how to check that stuff to know what was factual and what was a lie. You didn't even know how to look past the shiny slogans, the memes, the TikToks, and actually ask real questions like, how does this policy impact me? My rent, my student loan, my future. And now here you are, under this Trump-led regime, finding out the hard way that Republicans do not have your back. That same party that you thought was about freedom is deciding the books you can read now, what rights you have, and whether you can even afford to survive. And look, I get it. When you're young, it feels like political policies and government and all that stuff, it feels like it's just background noise. You think it's something for old people to just argue about, but you see, it is not just noise. It's your life, boo. And if you don't take this seriously, the folks who do take this seriously, you know that older generation that's been controlling everything forever, they gonna keep stacking the deck against you. So now my question is, now that you are living under the policies that you voted for, are you ready to wake up yet? Are you ready to stop treating government like a joke and start treating it like survival? Because until young people wake up, old people are gonna keep cashing checks on.
Well, the big, beautiful
What she say is 100% true. It's really true. See, young people, they love the things they can see, but they don't. And it is not just younger people. It's older people too. That they don't sit back and look up stuff when a politicians say things. And I'm talking about Democrats and Republicans. They look at the flashy stuff and all that. And Republicans, they studied. They study what the trends is, what the now is from young people and people of today. The Democratic bases sit back and did what's status quo. And even today, as of September the 4th, Democrats, not all of them, but mostly 97% of the Democrats still think about status quo. Failing to see that their way is not working and it's time to update the Democratic Party, the Chuck Schumer, the Nancy Pelosi. I even say Hakeem Jeffries. These cats is status quo. They fail to see that Democratic have to come with another message, another way to present to American people. That's why the approval rating for Democrats is low. Republicans sit back and they saw the status quo and they changed and they become MAGA. They become the party of anti-immigrants, anti-freedom, anti this or anti that. That's why they got Trump as their face. But you got a lot of people today they're seeing this now. And bro, just let's day in Florida. We talk about Florida, one of the racist states that Republicans run for years. They special election is Democrats is getting in. And I think right now, if Democrats get 10, I don't know how much, no more than 10 more seats, the Democrats will control the state of Florida. Because people down there are basically tired of the Republican way of taking people's rights away, telling people what they could read, what they could do, and all that. And it makes it bad. The 3 Democrats that took over the Senate seats in Florida is black. Out of red areas. Wisconsin, Democrats taking over. That's these new Democrats. They ain't these old Chuck Schumer and Nancy Pelosi's, the old status quo Democrats. These new Democrats. That look at Jasmine Crockett. Look at people like her who's out there on the news fighting, on the ground floor fighting, in the streets fighting. These are new Democrats. These are not these status quo critics. They sit there in front of a camera on CNN and say, we are the people and we trying to do this right here and we trying to do this right here. You try, you talk. These are new Democrats. I like these new Democrats. That marching with the people, that standing with the people. That's what we are, the people need to look at. But you have these young voters, y'all listen to what they tell y'all, but y'all don't look it up. And I'm going to say, people, y'all need to start looking up. When a politician tell you something, man, there's ChatGPT, there's Gemini, there's Mega, there's Kronk, there's Google, there's Microsoft thing. You can look everything up. I had a white person tell me on one of my videos on YouTube, check my YouTube channel out, that black people is more on government assistance than white America. And black people, y'all afraid they can take y'all help away. And you know what I did? I went right to Google, look it up, and posted, said white Americans use government assistance more than any race. And he yet to respond to it. See, this how you shut up these megas, these mega Republicans. This how you shut them up. You put facts right in front of their face, in front of everybody, and they shuts up. You saw the time when Donald Trump was doing an interview and he was lying on something, and then the guy was showing him the facts that it wasn't true what he was saying, and Donald Trump tried to defend it, but he basically look it up and show Donald Trump on a pad that it wasn't true, and then Donald Trump basically switched and say, well, this is what they told me. I guess they was wrong, but this is what they told me. That's how you do it. So tell me what you think about this video. Like and share, hit the bell notification. I'm coming more of these fuck around and find out moments.
Thank you for watching James Unscripted. Please like the video, share it, hit that bell notification when you subscribe, and don't forget to drop a comment below.